His anointing, it's empowering. The kingdom of the Lord is within me, and He's calling me to the heavenlies. Yes, be seated in heavenly places. Just like heaven. Just like heaven. Heaven on earth. Just like heaven on earth. To be walking in His favor and grace. Just like heaven. Just like heaven on earth. In the spirit of unity to our community, show His ability. The will of the Lord for His children is for us to demonstrate and perpetuate. Be seated in heavenly places. Yeah. Just like heaven. Heaven on earth. Just like heaven on earth. Sound of many waters, heaven on earth, you say it. Lightning and thunder, miracles and wonders. Sound of many waters, heaven on earth. Lightning and thunder, miracles and wonders. Sound of many waters, heaven on earth. Lightning and miracles and wonders. Sound of many waters, heaven on earth. Open up your mouth and bless Him. Come on, what are you waiting on? Open up your mouth and bless Him. Yeah, 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 yeah. For thine is the kingdom. Come on, everybody, say it. For thine is the kingdom. Is the kingdom and the power and the glory. unison. Heaven, heaven, unison. Heaven, heaven on earth. Come on, audience, say it. Heaven, heaven on earth. Oh, heaven. Woo. Heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. We give you permission to invade our life. Heaven on earth. Come on, call heaven down into your life. Heaven on earth. Call heaven down into your home. Heaven on earth. Call heaven down into your business. Heaven on earth.
I want to focus on that wonderful concept, that vital virtue that unfortunately and regrettably is often forgotten, the virtue of kindness, being kind. I want you to hear a story. 20 years ago, I drove a cab for a living. When I arrived at 2:30 in the morning, the building was dark except for a single light in a ground floor window. Under these circumstances, many cab drivers would just honk once or twice, wait a minute, then drive away. But I had seen too many impoverished people who depended on taxis as their only means of transportation to drive away. Unless the situation smelled of danger, I always went to the door. So I walked to the door and knocked. Just a moment, answered a frail, elderly voice. After a long pause, the door opened. A small woman in her 80s stood before me. By her side was a small nylon suitcase. "Would you carry this bag out to the car for me?" she said. I took the suitcase out and returned to assist the woman. She took my arm and walked slowly toward the curb. She kept thanking me for my kindness. "Oh, it's nothing," I told her. "I just try to treat all my passengers the way I would want my mother treated." When we got in the cab, she gave me an address. Then she said, "Oh, by the way, could you drive through downtown? It's not the shortest way." "Oh, I don't mind. I'm in no hurry. I'm on my way to a hospice." I looked in the rearview mirror and her eyes were glistening. I don't have any family left," she said, almost to herself. "The doctor says I don't have very long." I quietly reached over and shut off the meter. "What route would you like me to take?" For the next 2 hours, we drove all around the city. She showed me the building where she had once worked as an elevator operator. We drove through the neighborhood where she and her husband had lived when they were newlyweds. She had me pull up in front of a furniture warehouse that had once been a ballroom where she had gone dancing as a girl. Sometimes she'd ask me to slow down in front of a particular building or corner. She would sit staring into the darkness, saying nothing. As the first hint of sun was creasing the horizon, she suddenly said, "Okay, I'm ready. Let's go now." We drove in silence to the address she had given me. It was a low building. 2 orderlies came out to the cab. As soon as we pulled up, they were solicitous and intent, watching her every move. They were expecting her. I opened the trunk, took out the small suitcase, carried it to the door. The woman was already seated in a wheelchair. "How much do I owe you?" she asked. "No, you don't owe me anything," I said. "Oh, you have to make a living," she answered. "Oh, there are other passengers," I responded. Almost without thinking, I bent over and gave her a hug, and she held on to me tightly. "You gave an old woman a little bit of joy," she said. "Thank you." I squeezed her hand then walked into the dim morning light. Behind me, a door shut. It was the sound of the closing of a life. I drove aimlessly, lost in thought for the rest of the day. I could hardly talk. What if that woman had gotten in an angry driver earlier that morning, or one who was impatient? What if I had refused to take the run, or had honked once and driven away? On a quick review, I don't think I have done anything more important in all my life. I love that story. Sort of helps me allow life to make up its mind again. You need to remember that story. The times you will want to be anything but kind. Because it is so much easier to bear a grudge and hate in return, or get back, or get even. Hate destroys the vessel it's kept in. Revenge never healed a wound. There's one thing all of us have in common: we've been mistreated by somebody. Some of you have known abuse, misunderstanding, and all of this has a way of siphoning your tank of kindness. It can make you hard. And you can get on with hard. You can get along with it. In fact, some will even respect you more because you're tough. But I urge you not to be. Be kind, tender-hearted, forgiving one another. When I'm truly free of revenge and bitterness, there is plenty of room in my heart left for kindness. And not until. Do what's right. Do justice. Love kindness. Walk humbly with your God.
Maybe you were born a really nice person with a gentle, sweet personality, and being kind to people comes pretty naturally to you, but I think more of the globe is not that way than is. And the good news is we can change.
It's amazing what one kind word can do. We don't think anything about it, but to the other person, it breathes life into their spirit. Our words have the power to lift people, to help them get through a challenge, to push them into their destinies. When you tell someone, I love you, I'm proud of you, you did great on that project, you're not just being kind, those are healing words. We don't know what people are going through. They may smile on the outside, but on the inside, they're hurting, they're lonely, they're discouraged. Many people have wounds from the past, wounds from a relationship that didn't work out, wounds from people trying to push them down. Just a simple word of encouragement. I believe in you. I'm praying for you. A simple compliment. You look beautiful today. It's no big deal to you, but to them, it's helping heal the wounds. It's lifting their spirits. It's causing them to believe in themselves. Your words can be what keeps them moving forward. And God puts people in our lives on purpose so we can bring healing. Letting people know that you care does more than you imagine. You have the power to put someone on their feet. You have the power to keep them from falling into depression. You have the power to cause them to pursue their dreams. Be free with your compliments. You can think well of your friend all day long, but if you never tell them, they'll never know. God wouldn't have brought it up if He didn't want you to tell them. He wouldn't have put that thought in you if the other person didn't need it. You may not know them. It may not make sense to you, but God knows what He's doing. There's a reason they need your healing. Don't withhold it. Don't try to reason it out. In my early 20s, a young man started coming up to the gym to play basketball with us. He was a loner. He was very unfriendly, very cold. He never talked. Even during the games, he wouldn't interact with us. Most of the guys just ignored him, but something down in here told me to reach out to him and make him feel welcome. I found out that his name was Bo. When he would come into the gym, I would go over and say, "Hey, Bo, it's great to see you today." He never said anything. He just hit his chest twice and walked away. I didn't know what that meant, but I hit my chest twice and walked away. This went on for several years. I saw him 4 or 5 times a week. Well, I stopped playing basketball there, and I hadn't seen Bo in over 20 years. One Sunday, he showed up at church. I saw him afterwards. I thought, where do I know this guy from? He said, "I'm Bo. We used to play basketball together." That's the most I'd ever heard him talk. He went on to tell how he grew up in the projects. At 14, he started living on his own. Nobody wanted him. He never felt loved or accepted. He said, "One of the main reasons I went up to the gym was to hear you say, 'Great to see you today,' because nobody had told me that they were glad to see me." Those simple words, letting him know that I cared, were like life-giving water. Today, Bo is married. He introduced me to his children. He's setting a new standard for his family. What am I saying? Nobody is in your life by accident. Don't ignore what you feel on the inside, that compassion to encourage them, that desire to be their friend. Take time to make them feel loved. Doesn't have to be something big. Just good to see you. I believe in you. I'm praying for you. Just let them know that you care.
My soul says yes, says yes, say yes. My soul says yes, says yes to your will. Come on, do you know it? Just sing it with me. My soul says yes, says yes, says yes. My soul says yes, says yes to you. Where you lead me, I will follow. When you call me, I will answer. Oh my Lord, please teach me how to know your ways. Can I take it again? Where you lead me, I will follow. When you call me, I will answer. Oh my Lord, please teach me to know your way. Whatever it takes, whenever you want, what moment you choose, whatever you plan.
Hello, welcome back. Now taking us to 17 minutes past 6 o'clock in the evening. You're still watching Get Inspired with J.BASSEY. And I just loved that short clip that I had to share. I think even if I do not want to say anything again, someone has grabbed something today from that particular clip. But apart from the word kindness, which is always my #1 message each and every way I go, I had promised that today I'll be showing you 10 easy steps on how to get your dreams come true. Step #1, you need to ask yourself, what is your dream? What is my dream? Because unless you know what your dream is, you waste time. You put so much energies in the wrong thing that will never bear fruit in your life. So you need to be very accurate that whatever you want to be committed to is what you were meant to do. Dream, in other words, could be your life purpose. And when when your dream aligns with your life purpose, beg your pardon, it becomes smooth, you become unstoppable. That is why you find some people have been struggling so much in some other ways or some other careers that did not work out for them, but just trying something they least expected could pay them, then their life just changed around. So what dreams do you have? It doesn't matter where you are right now, how much education you have, how much money or people you know. As long as you believe in those dreams or that dream that you have and you're willing to get it happen in this lifetime, it is very much possible. Step number 2 on how to get your dreams come true, of course, will be that you need to decide and believe. Remember, number 1, I told you that you need to ask yourself the question, what is your dream? So that is like you need to identify what your dream, what is it that you cannot do without, what is it that you want to live for. So when you identify that, sometimes the reason why the step number 2 explain that you need to decide and believe in it is because sometimes you have more than one options to be clarified as your dreams. So you need to choose, you need to decide from all the options, all the possible options that will pop up in your mind or in your heart, and then decide, this is the one I want to follow, this is the road I want to go, and then you believe. Deciding, knowing your dreams is not even enough. You need to believe. You need to believe in it, because first, people only start believing in you when you believe in yourself. Step number 3, we'll be talking about fear. Okay, yes, there are lots of people that had big dreams, that never came true. Not because they did not have the capacity to make it happen, not because God did not approve that dream to be something that would change their life around, but just because of the word fear, the dreams died. And it all gets back to, what if it doesn't work? What if people do not accept me? What if they don't appreciate what I do? But who cares anyways? You have to do what you have to do. Listen, if God says yes to your dream, it's only a matter of time before the whole world will start embracing what you do. So you need to let go of fear. I was speaking to someone just the other day, and he told me something that I probably will never ever forget in my lifetime. He said that, Bassey, that the richest place in the world is not even the most expensive or the most wealthiest country that we know, but the richest place is the graveyard. Reasons is because there's so many dreams that died with people, so many ideas, so many big companies that could have existed but did not come to pass because of fear, and they died with those dreams. He went on saying, do you know how many mothers that died with children in the process of giving birth or some other ways? Who knows who those children could become? Now let's talk about the dreams that people had but never ever take a bold step to make it happen because they were scared because of fear. What killed dreams is not the opportunities you think you don't have. It is only the fear of what if it doesn't work. Not trying, never making a step to make it happen is what kills dreams even more. And that is what you regret in your life than trying and fail. I was listening to someone sometime told me that, okay, now she's Miss World, she's one of the top model in the world, and she had tried just campus level 6 times back to back. She never had it. She never even made the top 3. But somehow she knew, this is what I want to do. This is whom she knew her potential. And if you're willing, when you're ready to say, I'm ready to die for this dream, something just happens, something supernatural just connects you with the possibilities. And sometimes dreams take longer because it has to try you to see if you are ready or if you are qualified to handle the kind of responsibilities which comes with dreams. Because the bigger the dreams, the bigger the responsibility. So ask yourself, what is that dream that you are willing to die for? Step number 4, say take actions. Take actions. If you want your dream to come true, take actions. And you start by simple step each and every day. For instance, if you want to become You want to become, for example, a musician. Have you written any song? Even if you have written songs and you say there are no opportunities for me to write my songs, there are no producers, have you made a step to go look for these people? Step out of your comfort zone. That is another thing that we'll be looking into much later. But taking action is what helps your dreams to come true, because no matter how much potential that you have, no matter how much content that you have, if you do not take action to show the world what content is it that you have, no one will know. And God forbid, I wish no one to die with such big dreams that you're having right now because he never took action. So take it very seriously, that another way to help your dream come true is by taking actions. So you want to become a model, for instance, you need to train. You want anything that you want to become in life, even if you want to become a doctor, that is a big dream. And what action are you supposed to take is to put more effort in your studies right now, especially if you're in high school, so that even when you get to campus, it becomes more easier. If you're in campus, you need to put more effort to read harder, because you're supposed to be the one handling people's life. It is not a joke. So the bigger the dreams, like I said earlier, the bigger the responsibility. So when you feel the work is too much, do not give up. Instead, push some more. Another step that will really help you to make your dreams come true will be that you need to love yourself. You need to love yourself. Someone is wondering, how important is me loving myself, connecting to my dreams coming true? If you love yourself, you will love whatever you are living for. And when you love yourself, you do not want to let yourself down. You do not want to be disappointed rather at yourself. So when you love yourself, people start loving you and you keep doing more. Now you're doing it for you. And again, remember that when dreams don't come true, other dreams also die. For example, I was telling someone this morning, if you have a dream to become great, remember, when you become great in life, you start inspiring people. You start empowering. That is the word. You start empowering other people to become great as you. Let's imagine how many, for example, footballers, directly and indirectly, has been inspired to be great footballers because of someone like Wanyama. Okay, again, let's imagine if this dude or this footballer did not make any effort to be where he is today. How many of those people he has inspired today, dream could have died because he never made it? So when you are working on your dreams, know that you're not working for yourself alone. There is 1,000 of people who are waiting to be beneficial of your dream coming true, directly and indirectly. And of course, when I talk about directly, if it is family, they're going to be beneficial because they're going to benefit from, because first of all, they'll be very proud that this is one of us, and also with every other benefit that comes alongside with your success is going to be a part of them. So indirectly, there are people who look up to you, say, I love what this guy does, I love what this woman do, and I just want to be like him or her when I grow up. So dreams is more deeper, more bigger, more serious than we think it is. And that is the most reason why you shouldn't let your dream die with you. Step number 6, because of time, I'll just take it quite quick. You can write them down if possible. Step number 6 is that you need to use other people's success as an inspiration. That's what I was just explaining, by giving yourself a way so that other people also benefit from your success when your dreams come true. So there are people who are waiting for a role model, to someone to just make it, so that they can see, if this guy could do it, then it is way possible that I could do it as well. So use other people's success as an inspiration, people who does the same thing you want to do, people who are already there and you really do admire them. Use them as an inspiration, knowing that if they could do it and they are where they are today, it is very much possible that you can also do it. And then again, another step, of course, I would like to show you, step number 7, is that you need to view your mistakes. View your mistakes as lessons, not as excuse to give up. View your mistakes as lessons, not an excuse to give up. And you see what happens when you try once. Like this person I was sharing an example with you. I want to assume she tried and she failed, and she like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to be laughed at. I don't want to be a point of mockery. So I'm going to give up. And that is not going to add any value in your life either. So when you try the first time and it doesn't work, failure is part of success, remember that. So you ask yourself, what exactly didn't I do right that made me fail this time around, so that next time you will make that correction even before you take action. So when you fail, it is an experience, not a reason to give up. Of course, taking you through step number 8 is that you need to value tiny decisions. Very small decisions is what makes dreams come true. I talked about taking action. When it comes to taking action, sometimes it's just making very concrete decision. It could be something that you need to decide within a minute, and that could change your life. So you need to value each and every single decisions that you make. You don't just make decisions because you need to make people happy, or you need to satisfy the rest of the people. You need to think first of yourself. And if the decision do not support your dreams, you do have a chance to think about it again. Do not take a decision that you will regret much more in the nearest future. So again, and before I continue, as I conclude in the next 2 steps, people probably thinking that these word dreams are only meant for teenagers or youth that are still finding ways around life. Listen, as long as you're alive, it doesn't matter how old you are, you still have a chance to make that dream in your heart come true. We have so many examples of people who made it at late 40s, late 60s, and I mean, you can't even imagine what it means to give up before your dreams come true. And do not ask yourself how much education you have, because without mentioning names, you can also tell that sometimes these things really do not matter. But do not get me wrong, education is totally important. So if you have the opportunity right now to study, please do study hard. But if that time had passed and you do not have it, do not use that as an excuse to give up on your dreams or to die a nobody, if that word really does exist. You have a chance to become great in life. You have a chance to make your dreams come true. Doesn't matter how much time you think you have left in this world. While you're still breathing, put more effort and let things come true. Again, as I conclude is step number 9, and I conclude with step number 10 as well. So don't let bad habits win. It's quite unfortunate that in each and every person they have a weakness. I refuse to call it bad habit, but it is a weakness that you have. But you also have some strengths in you, some strong points that you're supposed to capitalize on. The problem becomes when you allow your weakness to overshine your strength, then it is a failure, literally. It doesn't matter how many weaknesses you have as a person. If you have just one strength that makes you stand out, work so hard on it that no one will barely realize your weakness as a person. And finally, step number 10 here on how to make your dreams come true is that you need to believe the universe is friendly. You need to believe that the universe is friendly. Listen, everyone has something to say about how difficult the country is, how impossible the economy can get. But what you wish to get out of the world, out of the country, out of the economy is what you get really. And because it is more than what you see. It is more than the budget that has been read just the other month. It is more of what you want to do. Without the budget, can you still be successful? Without the bad economy, without even coming from this set of the world, could you still be someone successful? I don't know. I do not know the dreams you have in your heart. I do have a dream, and I'm still working towards it. And I want you this evening. It doesn't matter how old are you again. It doesn't matter the quality of education that you have. You can still make your dreams come true. That is all I had for you today. And do not worry, because on Thursday I'll be here bringing you great things again. But for this evening, it is a wrap because we have other things coming your way. And remember, at 7:30, we'll be having Habari za Destiny, and at 9:30 will be Destiny Prime News. It has been a good time with you here at Destiny TV, the station that impact your life. You've been watching Get Inspired. I remain your presenter. My name is J.BASSEY. I can't leave without thanking my producer behind the scenes, someone by the name Daniel. Thank you very much, brother, for a job well done. Till Thursday, tuonane, same time, same place. Kwaheri kwa sasa.
Thank God he said, man no be God. Thank God he said, man no be God. Yo, My name is Sima Jiwifo. I come from West Africa, Liberia. I thank God for my life. I thank God for my health. Thank God for my friends, family, and friends, you. I'm blind today, I can see tomorrow. I'm poor today, I'll be rich tomorrow. Nobody there knows tomorrow. Yo, Thank God he said, man no be God. Thank God he said, man no be God. Yo,
Never don't throw away me for dirty. I'm on the llama, wish you no more. Jesus on and do more. You're the beginning and ending.